I have put all 32 NHL teams simulated into an NFL season, mainly the NFL's 23-24 season, and here are the results. What's going on, everybody? It's me, that one guy from the one place at that one time, Jaguar110, and welcome to the new series that I have actually been working on for the past several months now of what if we put the NHL through an NFL season. Yes, I have done that. I have simulated the most authentically season of the NHL in an NFL season. I matched up every team with their either state choreographed team, or the team that's closest, or the team that makes sense on a geological structure. So basically what I have here is our divisions that have concluded the season, and as we can see, we'll go from the AFC North all the way down to the NFC South, corresponding with what team they are and what their record is. Now I have two different brackets of playoffs to show. One with ties, since in the NFL you can tie, and in the NHL you can't, but we go ahead and simulated that if they went into the shootout, it's a tie because they already completed the overtime period. And there's also another bracket where we didn't do ties. We made the shootout basically a decision on who wins and who loses. And let's just say that there are a lot of differences that happen between the ties and the no ties. So we're going to go on ahead and stick with the ties portion of the season, and we'll go into their bracket, and we'll come back and show the no ties edition and do that bracket and see what this season gives us. So starting off in the AFC North, we have the Baltimore Ravens, the Cleveland Browns, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Cincinnati Bengals. Now their equivalents in the NHL, as the closest I could give them, and based off geographical stand. For the Baltimore Ravens, we have the New Jersey Devils, who went 10-6-1, 5-0-1 in their division, finished 5th in the league, 2nd in the conference, and 1st in their division. Second, we have the Toronto Maple Leafs, who equivalent team for them are the Cleveland Browns, which went 9-5-3, 2-3-1, 7th in the league, 5th in the conference, and 2nd in the division. Next up, we have the Pittsburgh Penguins, which are equivalent to the Pittsburgh Steelers, who went 6-8-3, 2-3-1 in their division, 23rd in the league, 11th in their conference, and 3rd in their division. And lastly, we have the Columbus Blue Jackets, who are equivalent to the Cincinnati Bengals, who went 7-9-1, 1-4-1 in the division, 24th in the league, 12th in the Central, and 4th in their division. Now let's go on ahead and head to the East, where we have the Jets, the Patriots, the Dolphins, and the Bills. So in first place of the East in the AFC, we have the New York Islanders, who are equivalent to the New York Jets, going 9-6-2 and 3-2-1 in their division, being 9th in the league, 3rd in their conference, and 1st in the division. Next up, we have the Boston Bruins, who are equivalent to the New England Patriots, who went 6-5-6. That is correct. They tied 6 times in the season. Won 1 game in the division, lost 2, and tied 3 times. 15th in the league, 7th in the Central, and 2nd in the division. Next up, we have the Florida Panthers, who their equivalent is the Miami Dolphins, who went 7-9-1, 4-2-0 in the division. 19th in the league, 9th in the Central, and 3rd in the division. And lastly, we have the Buffalo Sabres, who are equivalent to the Buffalo Bills, who went 4-10-3, won 1 game in the division, lost 3, and tied twice. 31st in the league, 16th in their conference, and 4th in their division. Now we go on to the West side, where we have the Denver Broncos, the Los Angeles Chargers, the Las Vegas Raiders, and the Kansas City Chiefs. First in the West, we have the Colorado Avalanche going 12-5-0, winning 5 out of the 6 division games, being 1st in the league, 1st in the Central, and 1st in their division. Second place in the West, we have the Anaheim Ducks, who their equivalents are the Los Angeles Chargers, who went 8-7-2 and 4-2 in the division. 14th in the league, 6th in the Central, conference, and 2nd in the division. Next, we have the Vegas Golden Knights, who their equivalents are the Las Vegas Raiders. They went 9-7 and 2-4 to division, 16th in the league, 8th in their conference, and 3rd in the division. And lastly, we have the St. Louis Blues, who their equivalents are the Kansas City Chiefs, who went 6-10-1 and only won one game in their division. 27th in the league, 14th in the conference, and 4th in the division. Now we go south, where we actually put basically a whole Canadian branch of teams besides the Predators are also in there. But their equivalents that we have are the Indianapolis Colts, the Houston Texans, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Tennessee Titans. First in the AFC South, we have the Edmonton Oilers, who their equivalents are the Indianapolis Colts, as they are the highest Canadian team, and there's really nowhere else I could put them, who went 9-7-1 and 5-1 in their division. 11th in the league, 4th in their conference, and 1st in their division. Second, we have the Montreal Canadiens, who their ties are to the Houston Texans, who went 6-8-3, 3-2-1 in their division, 21st in the league, 10th in the conference, and 2nd in the division. Next up, we have the Calgary Flames, who their equivalents are the Jacksonville Jaguars, who went 6-10-1, 1-4-1 in the division, 25th in the league, 13th in the Central, or Conference, 3rd in the division. And lastly, we have the Nashville Predators, who their ties are to the Tennessee Titans, and they went 4-9-4, 1-3-2 in the division, 29th in the league, 15th in the conference, and 4th in their division. Now we head over to the NFC, starting with the North, where we have the Minnesota Vikings, the Green Bay Packers, the Chicago Bears, and the Detroit Lions. In first place in the division, we have the Minnesota Wild, who their equivalents are the Minnesota Vikings, who went 10-7 and 5-1 in the division, 8th in the league, 3rd in the Central, and 1st in the division. Next up, we have the Ottawa Senators, who are close resemblance to the Green Bay Packers. They went 7-8-2 and 2-4 in the division, 18th in the league, 10th in their conference, and 2nd in the division. Next up, we have the Chicago Blackhawks, who their equivalents are the Chicago Bears. They went 7-9-1, 2-3-1 in their division, 22nd in the league, 12th in the Central, and 3rd in the division. And lastly, we have the Detroit Red Wings, who their equivalents are to the Detroit Lions, who went 6-9-1 and 2-3-1 in the division, 26th in the league, 13th in the conference, and 4th in the division. Now we head to the East, where we have the New York Giants, the Washington Commanders, Philadelphia Eagles, and the Dallas Cowboys. First in the East, we have the New York Rangers, who are equivalents to the New York Giants. They went 10-5-2, 4-1-1 in their division, 2nd in the league, 1st in their conference, and 1st in the division. Next, we have the Washington Capitals, who their ties are with the Washington Commanders. They also went 10-5-2, but went 2-3-1 in the division. Came 3rd in the league, 5th in the conference, and 2nd in the division. Next up, we have the Philadelphia Flyers, who their ties are with the Philadelphia Eagles. They went 5-10-2, 3-2-1 in the division, are 28th in the league, 14th in the conference, and 3rd in their division. And lastly, we got the Dallas Stars, who their equivalents are to the Dallas Cowboys. They went 4-9-4, 1-4-1, 30th in the league, 15th in the conference, and 4th in their division. Now we go on to the west side of the states, where we got the Arizona Cardinals, the Los Angeles Rams, Seattle Seahawks, and the San Francisco 49ers. Where we in first place are the Arizona Coyotes, who their ties are to the Arizona Cardinals, who went 9-6-2 and 3-2-1 in the division, 10th in the league, 4th in the conference, and 1st in their division. Next, we have the Los Angeles Kings, who their ties are to the Los Angeles Rams, who went 9-7-1, 3-3 in the division, 12th in the league, 7th in the conference, and 2nd in their division. Now we have the Seattle Kraken, who their ties are now with the Seattle Seahawks. So Seahawks finally have a team now, which, I mean, we only did this first, but who cares? Who also went 9-7-1, and 3-3. 13th in the league, 8th in the conference, and 3rd in the division. And lastly, we have the San Jose Sharks, who their ties are with the San Francisco 49ers, who went 7-8-2, 2-3-1 in their division. 17th in the league, 9th in the conference, and 4th in the division. And lastly, we go to the NFC South, where we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Carolina Panthers, the Atlanta Falcons, and the New Orleans Saints. First in the division are the Tampa Bay Lightning, who their ties are with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They went 10-5-2, 2-4 in the division. 4th in the league, 2nd in the conference, and 1st in their division. Next, we have the Carolina Hurricanes, who their ties are with the Carolina Panthers, who went 10-6-1 and 4-2 in their division. 6th in the league, 6th in the conference, and 2nd in their division. Next up, we have the Winnipeg Jets, who their ties are with the Atlanta Falcons, who went 7-9-1 and 4-2 in the division. 20th in the league, 11th in their conference, and 3rd in the division. And lastly, we have the Vancouver Canucks, who the only ties that can come up anywhere with them are the New Orleans Saints, where they went 5-11-1, 2-4 in their division, 32nd in the league, 16th in the conference, and 4th in the division. So we have all of our teams lined up. We have our playoff bracket, where we have a wild card round, our divisional round, and our championship for both of the conferences, and then our Super Bowl. So, in the AFC, the first seed and the AFC's only bye week for the playoffs goes to the Colorado Avalanche, who will meet whoever wins between the 4th and the 5th seed of the wild card, which those teams for the 4th seed are the Edmonton Oilers, and the 5th seed being the Toronto Maple Leafs. So whoever wins that game will face the 1st seed, and we'll see where it goes after that. Our next game will be between the 3rd and the 6th seed, which are the New York Islanders and the Anaheim Ducks. And then we head down and get our 2nd seed fighting the 7th seed, which is between the New Jersey Devils and the Boston Bruins. As we head over to the NFC side, we have our 1st seed, who gets the bye week in the wildcard round, for the New York Rangers. And they will be taking on whoever wins between the 4th and the 5th seeds of the Arizona Coyotes and the Washington Capitals. Now we got our 3rd and our 6th of the NFC between the Minnesota Wild and the Carolina Hurricanes. And our final matchup of the playoffs in the wildcard round, we have the 2nd seed Tampa Bay Lightning taking on the 7th seed Los Angeles Kings. With that, let us go on ahead and get to our first game of the playoffs between the Edmonton Oilers and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Welcome to Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta, where we have our first wild card of the NHL's NFL season between the Edmonton Oilers and the Toronto Maple Leafs. So as we get down to the center ice to get a face-off between these two teams, we'll see you all in the final moments of the game. Alright, here we are back in our first wildcard game between the Edmonton Oilers and the Toronto Maple Leafs, as the Maple Leafs represent the Browns and the Oilers representing the Colts, as the Oilers are up by 1, and so Toronto has pulled their goalie, looking to tie the game to keep their season alive. Kerfoot gives it down to Brody, and they've got 20 seconds left to go. Could they tie it? Kerfoot's going in, passes it back. Brody takes a shot. Tavares had an open net, and he couldn't handle the puck. Stone controls Toronto. 10 seconds. Oh, and a nice block. Nylander passes down to Kerfoot. Couldn't get the shot. Kane steals it. 5 seconds to go. And we have Owen. And they can't go in. Yeah, the Oilers send the Colts to the next round against the Avalanche/Broncos. So with that, let's go on ahead and go and get our first NFC wildcard game going. So we'll see you all there. Welcome to Tempe Arena, or Arizona Arena, or whatever you want to call it. In Tempe, Arizona, where we have the Arizona Coyotes against the Washington Capitals in our second wildcard game. With that, we'll see you all in the final seconds of the game. Here we are with 15 seconds left between the Arizona Coyotes, who represent the Cardinals, and the Washington Capitals, who represent the Commanders, who are both tied at 4. Takes a shot by the Capitals, and it looks like we will be going to overtime. Welcome to overtime number 1 between the Washington Capitals and the Arizona Coyotes. Just like in the NFL playoffs, the overtime continues until someone scores. So we'll see you all in the final seconds to see who wins the game and moves on to the divisional round. Trying to find someone in the slot. Couldn't work. Ovechkin to Wilson, who scores! And the Washington Capitals send the Commanders to the divisional round against their division rivals, the New York Giants. And even also the Rangers are there too for them, for the Capitals. So with that, let's go on ahead and get to our second AFC wild card game between the New York Islanders and the Anaheim Ducks. So we'll see you all in Anaheim. Welcome to Honda Center in Anaheim, California, where we have a battle between the New York Islanders and the Anaheim Ducks in our second AFC wild card game. We go down the center ice to get a face-off between these two teams, and we'll see you all in the final moments of the game. Welcome back to the second AFC wildcard game between the Anaheim Ducks, who represent the Los Angeles Chargers, and the New York Islanders, who represent the Jets, who just scored. Sebastian Aho gets the Islanders and Jets up on the scoreboard and now lead the game by 1. So now with 37 seconds left to go in the final period, we have the Islanders up against the Ducks. As Horvat goes, Barzal takes a shot and Gibson saves. So now with 30 seconds left to go, we get a face-off inside the Duck zone. Puck's dropped and it's won by the Islanders. Takes a shot by Pelech and doesn't work there. He regains it after a poke check. Nelson, get it down. Islanders trying to keep their score up, but the Ducks are pushing. They pulled Gibson. They take a shot, doesn't work. Islanders are in control now. Mayfield gives it to Bailey. Gets poke checked. 10 seconds to go. Terry loses it while running into a guy. And now the Islanders have it. They look to hold it. And they do, and they win. And now the Islanders move on to the divisional round, helping the Jets. With that, let's go to our second wild card game in the NFC between the Minnesota Wild and the Carolina Hurricanes. So we'll see you all in St. Paul. Welcome to Exo Energy Center in St. Paul, Minnesota, where we have a good battle between the Minnesota Wild and the Carolina Hurricanes. We go down to center ice to get a face-off between these two teams, and we'll see you all in the final moments of the game. Here we are with 10 seconds left between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Minnesota Wild, who the Wild represent the Vikings, and the Hurricanes representing the Panthers, as Carolina is just taking this game and sending the Panthers to the divisional round, and Minnesota being eliminated in the first round once again. So with that, we are going to go on ahead and head to our next NFC wildcard, our last AFC wildcard game between the Boston Bruins and the New Jersey Devils. So let's go on ahead down to New Jersey for our next game. Welcome to Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey, where we have our final AFC wildcard game between the New Jersey Devils and the Boston Bruins. We go down to center ice to get a face-off between these two teams, and we will see you all in the final moments of the game. Here we are with 45 seconds left between the New Jersey Devils, who represent the Baltimore Ravens, and the Boston Bruins, who represent the New England Patriots. Both teams are tied at 0. Scoreless game in this wild card for the AFC. And we're going to go ahead and stick to this action until someone breaks a tie and moves on to the divisional. As the Bruins score! DeBrusque gets the goal! And now the Bruins/Patriots are in the lead with less than 30 seconds left to go in the game. So now with 24.7 seconds left to go, Boston is in the lead 1-0. And so we now our face-off, won by the Devils. Looking, and Zacha steals it, and now the Bruins are on the run. Krejcik takes a shot, and a good save. 16 seconds left to go in the game. Face-off down inside the New Jersey Devil zone. We get the puck dropped, and it's won by the Bruins, looking to hold their lead as they take a shot by Pastrnak, but it's blocked. Devils have less than 10 seconds to go to tie the game. Passes down to Hamilton, to Tatar, who gets hit and loses it. Bruins are in control, and they're going to win this game. And with that, we're going to go on ahead and get to our final wild card game in the NFC, where we have the 2nd seed Tampa Bay Lightning taking on the 7th seeded Kings. So we'll see you all in Tampa Bay. Welcome to MLA Arena in Tampa, Florida, where we have our final wild card game between the 7th seeded Los Angeles Kings and the 2nd seeded Tampa Bay Lightning. With that, we'll get our face-off down at the center ice, and we'll see you all in the final moments of the game. Here we are with 30 seconds left with the Lightning scoring a goal. And now it's 4-2 LA as Tampa is riding it behind. So let's see if they can pull a comeback in 30 seconds as we have a face-off down in the center ice. So we have the LA Kings, who represent the LA Rams, and we have the Tampa Bay Lightning, who represent the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with Tampa trying to score another goal to get close to tying. But the Kings are in control inside their own zone. They're looking to score. The empty netter shakes a shot, and it's blocked, but another shot by Fiala, and he scores! And that should do it for this game. So the Kings will be sending the Rams to the divisional round, while the Tampa Bay Lightning end off in the first round once again, and the Buccaneers also ending off in the first round once again. With that, let us go on ahead and head down to our first divisional game between the Colorado Avalanche and the Edmonton Oilers. So we will see you all in Denver. Welcome to Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado, where we have our first divisional matchup between the Colorado Avalanche and the Edmonton Oilers. As we get our second round of the playoffs going, we'll go down to the center ice to get a face-off between these two teams, and we'll see you all in the final moments of the game. Welcome to the divisional game between the Colorado Avalanche and the Edmonton Oilers, where the Avalanche represent the Broncos and the Oilers representing the Colts, as the Oilers have a 1-0 lead. So the Avalanche have pulled their goalie, looking to score. Landeskog tried to get it in, didn't work. Passes failed, and now the Edmonton's on the run. Ceci takes a shot and scores! And that should do it for this game. So the Edmonton Oilers are sending the Colts to the AFC Championship game. With that, let's go on ahead and get to our second divisional game, but our first NFC divisional game between the New York Rangers and the Washington Capitals. So with that, let us go on ahead and go straight to New York. Well, technically New Jersey, but it depends on where you want to go. And we will go ahead and get that game for you all. So we'll see you all in New York. Welcome to Madison Square Garden in New York, New York, where we have a great battle in the divisional round between the New York Rangers and the Washington Capitals. We go down to center ice to get a face-off between these two teams, and we will see you all in the final moments of the game. Here we are with 25 seconds left to go between the New York Rangers, who represent the Giants, and the Washington Capitals, who represent the Commanders, as the Giants-Rangers have a 3-1 lead against the Capitals Commanders. And so now Washington has pulled their goalie, looking to score another goal, and the puck is out of play. 10 seconds left to go. Face off inside the Ranger zone. Puck's dropped. Won by the Capitals. Wilson gives it down. Ovechkin, Wilson. No goal in that. Kuznetsov, one-timer fails. Kuznetsov tries to take a shot. And no goal. And the Rangers go to the NFC Championship game, waiting for their next opponent. With that, let us go to our final AFC divisional game between the New York Islanders and the Boston Bruins. So we'll go on ahead and get to the other side of New York. So we'll see you there. Welcome to UBS Arena in Elmont, New York, where we have a good battle between the New York Islanders and the Boston Bruins. We go down to center ice to get a face-off between these two teams, and we'll see you all in the final moments of the game. Here we are with 40 seconds left between the New York Islanders, who represent the New York Jets, and the Boston Bruins, who represent the Patriots, and the Islanders score! Hurries gets the goal, and will be sending the New York Jets and the New York Islanders to the AFC Championship game against the Edmonton Oilers, who represent the Indianapolis Colts. So with that, let us head down to our final divisional round game in the NFC between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Los Angeles Kings. So let's go on ahead and head to Carolina. Welcome to PNC Arena in Raleigh, North Carolina, where we have our final divisional round game between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Los Angeles Kings. We go down to center ice to get a face-off between these two teams, and we will see you all in the final moments of the game. Here we are with 45 seconds left between Los Angeles and Carolina, as both of these teams are tied at 2, and we've got an offsides. So now we will have a face-off in the neutral zone, where we have the Carolina Hurricanes representing the Carolina Panthers, and the Los Angeles Kings, who represent the Los Angeles Rams. So we're going to go ahead and stick to this action until someone breaks the tie, as the Kings are on the run with it. Looking, Velarde couldn't get anyone in the open. Svechnikov is now with it for the Hurricanes. Tried to get around him and couldn't work. Doughty gives it down to Anderson. 20 seconds to go in regulation. Velarde, it's a 3-on-2. Tries to pass it. He takes it himself. And a good block by Anderson. Teravainen gives it to Slavin. To Burns. Gives it down to Stahl. Gets knocked down right before he reached the blue line. Doughty has it. Couple seconds are winding down. And we're going to overtime. Welcome to overtime number 1 between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Los Angeles Kings. With that, we'll see you all in the final seconds. Svechnikov takes a shot and it bounces up. Teravainen gets it down to Stahl, who scores! And the Hurricanes win in triple overtime and go to the NFC Championship to take on the New York Rangers. With that, let's go and get our first championship round going in the AFC between the New York Islanders and the Edmonton Oilers. Welcome to the AFC Championship game between the Edmonton Oilers, who represent the Indianapolis Colts, and the New York Islanders, who represent the New York Jets. We go down to center ice to get a face-off between these two teams, and we'll see you all in the final moments of the game. Here we are with 55 seconds left between Edmonton and New York, as the Oilers got a 3-1 lead. So now New York has pulled their goalie, looking to tie the game, but they're down by 2. So let's see if they can pull the comeback, as Barzal takes a shot, and it bounces out. Nelson takes a shot. It is in front, and now it's taken out. McDavid goes, passes it, and it doesn't work. Horvat, with 30 seconds left to go, passes it down the Paredes. Takes a shot, bounces off. Nurse picks it up. 20 seconds left to go. Pass is blocked. And Pelic gives it down to Mayfield. Couldn't get the pass off. Nurse steals it. Get it down to McDavid, who gets hit. 10 seconds to go. I don't think the Islanders are going to tie it. I think the Colts are going to go to the Super Bowl thanks to Edmonton. And that is true. And with that, let's go to the NFC Championship game between the New York Rangers and the Carolina Hurricanes. And we'll see you all in the other side of New York. Welcome to Madison Square Garden in New York, New York, where we have the NFC Championship game between the New York Rangers, who represent the Giants, and the Carolina Hurricanes, who represent the Panthers. With that, we'll see you all in the final moments of the game. Here we are with 55 seconds left between New York and Carolina, as the Hurricanes have a 4-2 lead against the Rangers and are looking to go to the Super Bowl against Edmonton. As the puck is inside the Hurricane zone, still in control by the Hurricanes. Slaving gives it to Natchez, getting poke check, gets it out of the zone, but it gets poke checked back into the zone. Knocked down. Chattel loses it. Kreider gives it to Tarasenko. To Panarin. Takes a shot and Anderson saves. Face off inside the Hurricane zone. 25 seconds left to go. Slavin in control. Gets knocked down at the blue line. Miller now has it. Gets it down to Trouba. It gets Aho. Takes it. Steals and scores. And that might send Carolina to the Super Bowl. So with that, let's go on ahead and head down to, well, technically Arizona. Or actually, no, it's to Vegas. But since, you can't really select the stadiums, we're actually going to be going to the home team, which is Edmonton, for the Super Bowl. So let's go on ahead and head there to have our Super Bowl 58 between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Edmonton Oilers. Now, before we get to our Super Bowl, we have to do our League MVP. This player has scored 24 total points in the 17-game season, scoring 10 goals and getting 14 assists. We have Mikko Rantanen for the Colorado Avalanche. So in that case, if you want to do a comparison, then the NFL MVP will be, I don't know, it could be anyone. Can't be Wilson, because that's Landeskog, basically. Sertan is Makar. McKinnon would probably be Javonte Williams. So it'll go probably the Jerry Jeudy for the NFL MVP, which is, I don't see that happening at all. But the stats don't lie. But anyways, with that, let us go to Edmonton for our Super Bowl. Welcome to Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta, where we have our Super Bowl between the Carolina Hurricanes, who represent the Carolina Panthers, and the Edmonton Oilers, who represent the Indianapolis Colts. With that, let's go down to center ice, get our face-off, and we'll see you all in the final moments of the big game. Here we are with 45 seconds left between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Edmonton Oilers, where it's basically the Panthers against the Colts. And the Panthers, on their third try to the Super Bowl, will finally win it, as the Colts will lose another Super Bowl in the 21st century. With 25 seconds to go, Edmonton still pushing for the goal, but now it's the Hurricanes going down, and Jarvis misses the empty net. Edmonton's on the run with 15 seconds to go. Vogel gets knocked down hard. McDavid's in control. 10 seconds to go. Get it down. Janmark takes a shot. It's wide of the net. Countdown. McDavid shoots. And the Carolina Hurricanes win the Super Bowl. The Carolina Panthers will win the Super Bowl this year. Just you watch. Anthony Richardson will lose it all in his first year. And God, he was as the Panthers quarterback. I don't know. But the Panthers win. Well, the Panthers are going to win the Super Bowl. What the hell? All right, well, with that, that's it for this one. As we finally concluded our 23-24 NHL is NFL season, with the Carolina Hurricanes / Carolina Panthers winning it all. With that, it is me, that one guy from one place at that one time. Stay ready for next week for part 2, where we deal with the same exact thing, but without the ties in the regular season. So with that, again, it is me, that one guy from one place at that one time, Jagram110, and I will see you all next season? Even though it's the same season? Sure, yeah. Bye.